हम कोई सेवा कर रहे हैं उस समय रूप ध्यान, तो सेवा के टाइम पर रूप ध्यान नहीं होता, चिंतन होता है, और उसमें थोड़ा थोड़ा रूप ध्यान जैसा कुछ हो सकता है। क्योंकि यदि आप रूप ध्यान माने होता है कि मन को पूरी तरह उनके रूप के ध्यान में लगा देना, ये रूप ध्यान का पर्पज है। तो अगर आप सेवा करते हुए रूप ध्यान करेंगे तो सेवा रुक जाएगी। मन तो एक है ना, या तो आप उसको भगवान के रूप में लगा दीजिए या आप कहीं और लगा दीजिए। एक टाइम पर मन से एक काम ही हो सकता है, रूप ध्यान केवल मन से ही होता है। तो साथ साथ में आप कुछ ना कुछ सोचते रहते हैं। अब कुछ भी करो तो थोड़ा थोड़ा आप सोचते रहते हो। तो जिस समय आप झाड़ू लगा रहे हो तो मन कहीं तो रहेगा ना। तो अगर आप भगवान के विषय में सोच रहे हो, गुरु के विषय में सोच रहे हो, तो अच्छा है, वो चिंतन अच्छा है। वो रूप ध्यान नहीं है, वो चिंतन है, उसका भी लाभ है। लेकिन अगर आप रूप ध्यान करोगे, यानी मन को पूरी तरह लगा दोगे भगवान के ध्यान में, तो आपका काम रुक जाएगा, इंद्रियां काम नहीं करेंगे फिर। और अगर इंद्रियां काम कर रही हैं तो आपका रूप ध्यान नहीं बन रहा है। माइक से बोलिए, हर बार आपको क्यों कहना पड़ता है?
तो दीदी रूप ध्यान मीन उनका पिक्चर बनाना,
हैं?
मन से उनका पिक्चर बनाना। रूप ध्यान मीन लेटर इस भगवान का और गुरु
नहीं,
का
रूप ध्यान में यही तो करना होता है ना, पिक्चर नहीं। पिक्चर के सहारे साक्षात उनका वो साथ है हमारे।
जी।
जैसे आप झाड़ू लगा रहे हैं तो आप ये मन में सोच सकते हैं कि ये उनका ही स्थान है, घर है उनका। आप अपने घर में झाड़ू लगा रहे हैं तो आप ये सोचिए ये उनका ही घर है और उनके लिए हम झाड़ू लगा रहे हैं, उनके लिए हम घर की सफाई कर रहे हैं। वो पता नहीं कब आ जाएंगे, उनके इतने कोमल चरण हैं। अगर एक कंकड़ भी छोटा सा होगा, चुभ जाएगा, तो कितनी तकलीफ होगी हमें, बहुत कष्ट उनको होगा, तो हमें भी उसका कष्ट होगा। तो इसलिए हमें उनको कष्ट ना हो जाए, हमें अच्छे से सफाई करनी है कि जरा भी एक किनका भी ना रहे ज़मीन के ऊपर। ये चिंतन करना, ये भक्ति है, भक्ति का एक अंग है। किंतु रूप ध्यान की प्रैक्टिस माने तो होता है कि बिल्कुल केवल उनके रूप में ही मन को पूरी तरह लगा देना। प्रैक्टिस ये करनी है रूप ध्यान की। और फिर जैसे जैसे ये प्रैक्टिस बढ़ती जाएगी, आपका ये रूप ध्यान काम करते समय भी होने लग जाएगा, रूप ध्यान।
तो लेकिन अब ये मालूम पड़ गया कि 2 घंटे साधना करनी, उसमें रूप ध्यान करना है।
हाँ
लेकिन 2 घंटे में जब आप रूप ध्यान करते हैं तो राधा कृष्ण और महाराज जी का ही रूप ध्यान करना है।
हाँ
यही यही मेरा क्वेश्चन। ओके।
हाँ।
राधे राधे।
पहले क्वेश्चन का एक्सटेंशन है। अम, तो जब हम 1 घंटा के लिए साधना बैठते हैं तो उसी समय अगर हम सिद्धांत माधुरी का पद गाएं तो क्या रूप ध्यान, डज दैट काउंट एज रूप ध्यान?
नहीं, देखो, पद गाना एक अलग चीज़ है, रूप ध्यान करना एक अलग चीज़ है। तुम साक्षो श्री कृष्ण का रूप ध्यान कर रहे हो और मुंह से गाते भी जा रहे हो, ये पॉसिबल है।
कुछ 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 सिद्धांत, सो इन सम सिद्धांत
नहीं,
माधुरी पद।
सिद्धांत कौन से जोड़ते हुए, जैसे तुम गा रहे हो मन क्यों नहीं हरि गुण गा रहा, तो तुम सोचो श्री कृष्ण खड़े हैं और तुम उनके सामने रो के बात कर रहे हो कि मेरा मन इतना गंदा क्यों है, क्यों नहीं मैं आपका हर समय स्मरण कर सकता। ऐसा अगर तुम सोच रहे हो उनका रूप ध्यान करते हुए, उनका रूप ध्यान, उनके चरणों का रूप ध्यान कर रहे हो, गुरु का रूप ध्यान कर रहे हो, और सोच रहे हो कि हम उनके सामने खड़े हो के आंसू बहा के ये उनसे पूछ रहे हैं कि हमारा मन क्यों गंदा है, या हम संसार ये निराधार है, बिल्कुल इसमें कुछ नहीं है, ये नीरस है, आपके चरणों में इतना आनंद है, आप में इतना आनंद है, हमारा मन क्यों नहीं लग रहा। उनका रूप ध्यान करते हुए गा सकते हो।
ओके, तो पहले रूप ध्यान करके और उसके बाद जो लाइंस होते हैं श्री कृष्ण को जोड़े हुए गाना.
हाँ,
ओके.
मन जब तक उनसे जुड़ा हुआ है उनके रूप से, तभी रूप ध्यान हो रहा है, अन्यथा नहीं.
हाँ.
ये भी पॉसिबल है कि तुम खाली मन को समझा रहे हो
हाँ. हाँ.
कि ये संसार बेकार है हमारे लिए, हमारा नहीं है, श्री कृष्ण ही हमारे हैं. ये एक फीलिंग भी क्रिएट करना माइंड में, इस तत्व ज्ञान को.
लेकिन वो रूप ध्यान नहीं है.
नहीं,
अच्छा. तो साधना टाइम में रूप ध्यान की विशेष
प्रैक्टिस.
प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी.
साधना का मतलब, साधना का ही इंग्लिश वर्ड है प्रैक्टिस. प्रैक्टिस ऑफ व्हाट? प्रैक्टिस ऑफ फोकसिंग, प्रैक्टिस ऑफ थिंकिंग अबाउट श्री कृष्ण एंड थिंकिंग. मतलब जब तुम व्हेन यू आर, दैट इज स्मरण, व्हेन यू आर रिमेंबरिंग समवन, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द फेस ऑफ द पर्सन कम्स इन योर माइंड. Whenever you remember anything or anyone, first of all, the form of the thing, the form of the person would come in your mind. And if it doesn't happen, it means you were not remembering. Then you were remembering something else. That's why you could not remember the face or the form of the person or the thing. So we have to do this practice first. But after lots of practice, you can do that also, that you are doing anything, you are going anywhere. But you will remember, you will feel the presence of God. That's why Shimaji says that you have to practice that as well. Do your practice for 2 hours in the morning, and rest of the day, when you are doing other things, feel the presence of God. You have to make this practice. Besides,
Oh, I had another question. So today in the pad you were describing, whenever Radha and Krishna were both going into bhav, um, Krishna showed the symptoms first. So, right, Krishna was showing symptoms first. So my question is, does did, is Radharani's patra bigger than Krishna? So does Radharani show symptoms of ecstasy later than Krishna because her patra is bigger?
it doesn't matter who is showing first.
Okay.
But it is natural that when Sri Krishna touched Sri Radharani, because Sri Radharani loves Sri Krishna only, she is connected to Sri Krishna only, that she also felt the ecstasy of love in her mind.
Oh, but so she wasn't showing any symptoms, but
Nobody was trying to show. Lord Krishna was also hiding it. Sri Radha was also hiding, but both of them could not hide anymore.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do they have the same patra of prem? You know, like
They are same.
I heard that like whenever Krishna, whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended, then Radharani said, "You cannot hold my love." So
Yeah, because she is the embodiment of Madan Mahabhav. Madan Mahabhav cannot reveal in anyone else, even because it is so strong and nobody can bear it. Although it is the power of Sri Krishna, but he separated this power in the form of Sri Radha. So now it is reserved in that form. He cannot take it. No, if he takes that power inside him, then Sri Radha will not exist. Because Sri Radha herself is Madan Mahabhav. So because he separated Madan Mahabhav from himself in the form of Sri Radha, that's why now he cannot bear Madan Mahabhav. It reveals only in Sri Radha, because Sri Radha herself is Madan Mahabhav. It's very deep thing, it's not that easy to understand. But you should, I'm saying, and you should just try to understand.
Maybe just one more clarification.
Mike though.
When you do 2 hours root dhyan, can you separate that 1 hour, or you have to do constant 2 hours?
Mike सामने करके बोलिए.
When you do Rup Dhyan 2 hours, can you do separate like 1 hour, 1 hour? You have to do constant 2 hours.
Yeah, you can separate it for every 15 minutes also, but it will not be that fruitful.
Okay.
अतिशय रगड़ करे जो कोई अनल प्रकट चंदन ते होई. If you are rubbing, even chandan, the wood of chandan, which is very cool, if you are constantly rubbing, only then in the wood of chandan also fire can be revealed. But if you are taking any kind of wood and you rub it like this for 10 minutes and then keep it aside, again you finish some work and you come back again you start rubbing, then after 5-10 minutes you again put it aside. In that way, if you keep on rubbing 2 pieces of the wood for the entire life, you won't see the fire there. But atishay ragar, if you constantly rub it for half an hour until the fire does not reveal from that, then only it will be fruitful. So in the same way, if you do sadhana constantly for hours, then it will be more fruitful. But if you don't have time or your situation is that you cannot do it constantly, so whatever you can do, whenever you can do it.
The problem is when you sit for 2 hours, the problem come like if you sit for 1 hour, you do good, but after that the mind kind of swing every direction.
No, even if you cannot sit, Maharaj explained it. There are 3 ways of doing sadhana. Vyas Paddhati, Narad Paddhati, Hanumat Paddhati. So if when you are sitting, you're doing your sadhana, that is Narad Paddhati. But if you are tired, you cannot sit anymore, stand up, dance and sing. Or you should open Maharajji's lecture. But generally what happens, especially with the ladies, they put on the lecture and then they go in the kitchen, they cook food also at the same time. The lecture is going on and they are cooking food, thinking about something else. It is not listening. इसको श्रवण नहीं कहते. श्रवण, कीर्तन, स्मरण, ये 3 चीज़ें प्रमुख हैं साधना में. तो आपने लेक्चर लगा तो दिया, लेकिन आप कुछ और भी सोचते जा रहे हैं साथ में. इसको श्रवण कहते ही नहीं. ये व्यास पद्धति नहीं है. व्यास पद्धति माने ये माइंड आपका टोटली फोकस्ड हो उधर. When you are listening to the lecture, you only listen to the lecture carefully. If there is any important point, note it. If anything is there which you heard for the first time, you feel like I'm hearing it for the first time, but it's very important. Note it down. Then you are listening. It is Shravana. But you put on the lecture and you are doing something else, you are talking to your family members also, it is not listening. It is cheating to yourself.
Thank you.
Didi, does the same thing apply to bhajans? Like if you're chanting, I don't know, if you're playing like a bhajan while doing something, like, and you're not doing Rup Dhyan, does that count? Or are you cheating your way out of that thing too?
क्या बोल रहा है? When you are doing a bhajan and not focused on that, are you cheating your way out of? Of course you're doing wrong. You are not doing sadhana. If your mind is going somewhere else and you are singing bhajan, then it is not included in sadhana. Sadhana means practice of Rup Dhyan. That's it. So whenever you are not doing it, if you are trying your best to do Rup Dhyan, but your mind is still going somewhere else, then it is not too bad. Because Guru or God is noticing that you are trying your best, but because of your bad sanskar, you are unable to do that. Then they will help you. You will attain their grace and they will help you in doing Rup Dhyan. But if you're not even inclined to do that, you're not thinking about doing Rup Dhyan, you're just thinking, then it is your mistake. This is fault. You will not get anything. Anything else?
Didi ji, can you do Rup Dhyan same thing over and over again? Same thing, or do you have to change?
Same thing what?
For example, you taking Maharaji to the bathroom.
क्या चीज?
Can you do the Rup Dhyan of the same thing over and over again?
Why not?
Say, do
Yeah. वो आपके इच्छा पर है, चाहे आप वही रूप ध्यान बार बार करिए या बदल बदल कर करिए, इससे कोई फर्क, बस मन लगा रहना चाहिए, मन उनमें हो, फिर आप जो चाहें सो जैसे चाहें वैसे करिए. Yeah.
Didi ji, when you're doing Rup Dhyan, do you have to focus on like just the form, or is it like the action of the form? Like, are you like when you're doing Rup Dhyan, jab aap Rup Dhyan kar rahe ho, aap form ke Rup Dhyan kar rahe ho ya action ki Rup Dhyan kar rahe ho?
फॉर्म का रूप ध्यान करें और या
Actions. जो काम रूप ध्यान में
नहीं नहीं नहीं, not only the form, sometimes you can feel like he's standing in front, but you have to do Rup Dhyan on the live divine form, live form. So if you are thinking about Sri Krishna, don't do the Rup Dhyan of the picture of the Murti. You feel like the same Sri Krishna who I saw in the Murti, who I saw in the picture, himself is standing in front of me. Like you see my picture only. You haven't seen me. You saw my picture. And now you are seeing me better. So, when you will remember now, then you will feel like Didiji's life form. Then you will think about my life form, not about the picture now anymore. In the same way, when you remember God, when you do Rup Dhyan, feel like Shyam Sundar himself is standing. He is looking towards me. He is smiling. His pitambar is fluttering. You see the eyes are blinking, like, in the life form. Sometimes you can feel he is lying down, I am pressing his feet. Sometimes you can think that he is dancing with Shri Radharani or with the gopis. Sometimes you can think that you are also dancing with him. So in any way, in any action, but you have to remember in his life form and feel like this is his divine form. That time don't think that it is my imagination, because God is sitting in your heart as well. So when you are imagining the life form of God, God comes over there, because He is already there.
सिंपल क्वेश्चन, महाराज जी को कैसे सुख रखें या बनाएं?
महाराज जी को कैसे क्या करें?
कैसे सुख रखें, सुखी रखें?
Just follow his philosophy. He says, do sadhana as much as you can. You do sadhana, Maharaj will be happy. Don't get attached to the material things. Spend most of your time in thinking about Sri Maharaj, thinking about Sri Radha Krishna. He will be happy. Yes?
Didi, can you talk a little bit about the Bao De? Bao De?
Eh? Bhavdeh. When we worship God with any kind of special sentiment, then it creates another body in your mind, which is subtle body. Bhavdeh is a subtle body created according to your sentiments of devotion. So if you have some desires, some material desire, you want to fulfill them, and that's why you are practicing devotion, then you are creating a bhavde of sakam bhakti. But if you understand the philosophy very well and you are careful about that, you know that when I am worshipping God, I don't have to ask for anything. My aim of devotion is only to please God, to attain His darshan. Why? To get His seva. Why? To please Him alone. If you have this philosophy firmly in your mind, then you are creating a bhavde of nishkam bhakti. If you are following the philosophy of Gyan Marg, then you are creating a bhavde of Gyan Marg, means Nirakar Bhakti, formless God. So whatever our sentiment is, we create a bhavde according to our sentiment of devotion. किसका टर्न है अभी 5 बजे 5:30 नहीं who is going to say अच्छा अच्छा
दीदी एक क्वेश्चन है आई थिंक अभी मैंने सुना यहाँ पे द क्वेश्चन इज while doing sadhana if we do not have the root in the mind but we are preparing the place for him or doing anything in preparation of him coming, is that considered sadhana?
if you are preparing a place for Sri Krishna, naturally you will think about Sri Krishna. Roop dhyan of Sri Krishna would come in your mind. Like if you are cooking food, why? Because some guest is coming. So you are cooking food for the guest. That's why whenever you will cook food, you will think about him. He would like this, he would not like this. I will cook this. Oh, he likes this. I will cook this. All the time you are thinking about that person. In the same way, if you are preparing a place or anything for the pastime, for any pastime of Sri Krishna, then you are doing Roop Dhyan. The Roop Dhyan will come in your mind.
So this is about bhavde. Bhavde. So there's so do we have had infinite lifetimes? So does that we are the soul is infinite eternal. So does that mean that in our sanskars
Yeah, it will remain with you.
we have all the possible bhav dev, like about, so like we have like sakya bhav, dasya bhav, madhurya bhav, vatsalya bhav, gyan, yog. We have all that in our sanskar.
No, the bhav which is predominant in your mind, the bhav which you are following, which you are practicing, that bhav will make the bhav de. If you know about dasya bhakti, vatsalya bhakti, madhurya bhakti, that's a different thing. But what you are following the ideals of dasya bhakti or vatsalya bhakti or madhurya bhakti. So according to that, if you are following the ideology of madhurya bhakti, then you will create a bhav there of madhurya bhakti. If you have a feeling for Shri Krishna that he is my friend, then you are creating a bhav there of sakhya bhav.
Is it
What?
is it guaranteed that every jeev has a bhav dev of madhurya bhav like from a past life? Is it guaranteed that every like a soul
If you
had
are practicing devotion with any kind of sentiment, it is 100% sure that you are creating a bhavde of that type.
oh, is it guaranteed that they have it in their sanskar from a past life? Like that every soul has one?
Yes, there is some sanskar of past lives as well, but in this life, whatever you are doing, you are creating a bhavde.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes from the past sanskars as well.
Oh, that leads me to another question. Has every soul met?
See, you
Oh.
are here
Yeah.
in the satsang. It's not the outcome of your endeavor of this life only. You have been practicing this kind of devotion for many past lives. That's why today you are here. It's not the miracle of this life only. You have met Maharajji before as well. You have done this practice in your past lives as well. That's why you are here. Everyone is like that.
Has every soul met a Rasik saint?
Yes, every soul has met even God, but without understanding.
Has every soul been Sharanagat, like 1% to
No,
Rasik saint?
no. Nobody was Sharanagat, otherwise they could have realized
I
God.
meant 1%. You know, like was
Yeah,
doing 1%.
yes, in this life, suppose you are a Sharanagat 10%,
Yeah.
and in next life you did no sadhana.
Yeah.
Then how long the 10% would stay? And then you are doing kusang all the time. So the effect of that 10% earning will be shunned.
Oh. But then once they start again, then they can
again,
build.
whenever they will start, after 10 life, 100 life, 1,000 life, they will get that 10%. That is reserved for them.
दीदी आप कह रहे हैं कि जो प्रिडोमिनेंट भाव है उसी को माना जाएगा भावदे में, तो इसी तरह से अगर जैसे कोई निष्काम होने की प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हों लेकिन कभी कुछ ऐसा मेजर कष्ट आ जाए, दुख आ जाए कि चाहते हुए भी, कोशिश करते हुए निष्कामता थोड़ी कम होने लग जाए, तो उस पे भावदे पे कैसे इम्पैक्ट होता है?
इफेक्ट तो पड़ेगा, उसके भावदेह पे इफेक्ट पड़ेगा. आप निष्काम की प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, बीच में सकामता आ गई तो आपके भावदेह में फर्क तो पड़ेगा. वो सकामता का भाव मिक्स हो गया उसमें, शुद्ध निष्कामता नहीं रह गई.
क्योंकि जब तक हम माया के अंडर में हैं, या जैसे प्योरिफिकेशन का प्रोसेस चल रहा है अभी, मन की शुद्धि का प्रोसेस, तो ये निष्कामता और सकामता का मिश्रण थोड़ा बहुत तो होता ही रहेगा.
हाँ,
तो एंड में आपकी भाव दे बिल्कुल निष्काम
एंड में
कैसे बन सकती
जो
है?
तुम्हारी जब भक्ति बढ़ेगी तो जिस प्रकार का भाव उस समय प्रिडोमिनेंट होगा, 100% तुम समझ में आ गया, निष्कामता का भाव, और तुम उसको फॉलो कर रहे हो. सकामता का कहीं नाम निशान भी नहीं रह गया, तो तुम्हारी जो भाव देह है वो निष्कामता वाली ही प्रिडोमिनेंट रहेगी.
दीदी दीदी एक लेक्चर में महाराज जी कह रहे थे कि गुरु ही आपका गोल, गुरु ही डिसाइड करता है और गुरु ही आपको भगवत प्राप्ति कराता है, और वो ही आपका गोल भी डिसाइड करता है कि उस जीव को कौन सा कहाँ तक पहुँचाना है, वो ही डिसाइड भी करता है. तो वो कैसे, अगर जैसे अभी इनका क्वेश्चन,
गोल गुरु नहीं डिसाइड करता, वो हमें हमारा अंतिम गोल है क्या ये बताता है, हमारा अंतिम लक्ष्य क्या है ये बताता है, और उसके अनुसार वो हमें गाइड भी करता है. लेकिन हम अपना क्या गोल बनाते हैं और हम क्या प्रैक्टिस करते हैं ये हमारे ऊपर है. इसमें गुरु कुछ नहीं कर सकता. He just tell you that this is the ultimate goal of your life. And to attain this ultimate goal of life, you have to practice like this. And then when you are practicing, and you will go in the higher classes of that goal, then again and again he will come and he will guide you again, that now you have to do this. Now, forget about it. You have to do this. No, forget about it. Now you have to do this. He will teach you, he will take you, he will lead you up to the end of the goal. This is his duty. He does not decide that this is your goal. He just teaches you. He gives this knowledge, inspires you to follow the ultimate goal of life.
जैसे कोई निष्कामता का अगर कोशिश कर रहा है तो वो उस तरह उसको चलाने में हेल्प करेंगे.
Of course.
So when you're making your bhav de, and you accidentally do sakam sometimes, but you want to have a pure nishkam bhav de. So so then that the sakam thinking will have a negative impact.
She asked the same question.
Yeah. So does, like, how does that get washed away, the sakam thinking?
No. When you are just practicing, your ultimate goal is not firmly decided. You are just an initial, an aspirant, So naturally, because you have not attained devotion, you have not attained even rati, which is bhav bhakti. You have just started your sadhana. So because you are starting your sadhana, your mind is material, it is very natural that many times the bhav of sakamta would come in your mind. It doesn't matter. But if you know the philosophy firmly and you want to follow the philosophy of nishkamta, then you will practice accordingly. And that in that way, when you will gradually come up to the stage of rati, bhav bhakti, at that stage, your aim, your idea will be formed. And then it will become stronger and stronger. After that, whatever your bhav is, according to that, your bhav they will be built. So in the beginning, it is but natural that it will sometimes sakam, nishkam, and many other kind of offenses we do, and we will do, because our mind is material. But when you do properly, aim, what is your aim of life? Main thing is that. What do you want to achieve? You are mistaking often on, that's a sanskar of your past lives. But what is your aim of life? Where are you focusing? What do you want to achieve? That is main thing.
So as you do more sadhana and your resolution, your tattva gyan increases, then naturally the other thoughts will go away.
Yeah, that's why Shiv Maharaj says, he emphasizes on tattva gyan too much. Because if you have tattva gyan, it will help you. Sometimes when you are sakam, then your mind would say automatically to you that you are doing wrong thing. This is not your aim of life. You have to be nishkam. So your aim should be correct.
I just have to clarify one question. Is you have to have a bhav day when you
तो
do
पास रखिए ना तो फायदा क्या है?
do you have to have a bhav day when you do Rup Dhyan or no?
क्या?
Do you have to have a bhav day when you're doing Rup Dhyan or no?
No, you don't have to be concerned about bhav de. It is automatically, built. You don't have to think about that. Like you eat food. You are not worried where it is going and it is digesting or not, or it's giving me strength or not. You don't think about that. You just eat. Tushti pushti chudapayonughasam. The Vedas say that you just eat and then you will get the strength and satisfaction both. In the same way, you just do your sadhana. You don't have to be concerned about bhavde. This is the word which we heard from Sri Maharaj Ji only. You will not find this word anywhere else. Maharaj Ji gave this knowledge to us. But we don't have to be concerned about that day, bhav day. You just do your sadhana according to the philosophy of Sri Maharaj Ji. That's it.
Okay, one other question, then I shut up.
Eh?
When you do Rup Dhyan, can you involve three Didis in Amma to help you, to guide you, help you to with Maharaji's Rup Dhyan?
In fact, we have to be ananya. And you know that if you ask this question to Didis, they would also say no, not at all. Because if we are focusing only on one form of Sri Krishna and Sri Radha, it is hard for us to focus constantly for a longer time. But if you will bring many other, because Didis are here in the form of a human being. So you may, when you are seeing them behaving in any way, sometimes you may have a question, why Didis do that? They're not supposed to do that. They should not do that. If they do this, it will be better. ये मनुष्य भावना आ जाएगी, अपराध हो जाएगा. इसीलिए श्री महाराज जी ने पूरी मदिरा में एक बात पे जोर दिया है कि राधा कृष्ण की उपासना करो. वो चाहते तो पूरा ग्रंथ गुरु भक्ति पर भी लिख सकते थे, लेकिन उन्होंने नहीं लिखा. क्यों? उनको हम मनुष्य रूप में देख रहे हैं. महाराज जी तक के लिए लोग, सभी लोग, हम लोग सब कह देते थे, अरे महाराज जी ऐसा करते तो अच्छा रहता, ये महाराज जी ने क्यों कर दिया, वो महाराज जी ने उस समय ऐसा कर दिया, ये करते तो भगवान करे महाराज जी ऐसा कर लें, ऐसा ना करें. ऐसे हम लोग सोचते रहे हैं महाराज जी के लिए भी. यानी हम जो सोच रहे हैं वो बेटर है महाराज जी से भी ज़्यादा, हमारी अकल उनसे भी ज़्यादा है. ये हम सोचते रहे हैं मौके मौके पर, पता नहीं चलता. किसी को महाराज ने डांट दिया, सबके सामने क्यों डांट दिया? बाद में चाहे जो कह लेते हैं, सबके सामने क्यों कह दिया? हमने तो ऐसा किया नहीं था, महाराज जी ने पता नहीं क्यों हमें डांट दिया. ऐसे बोलते रहे हैं हम लोग. गलत है वो, उससे अपराध हो जाता है. इसलिए बड़ी दीदी लोग हमारी गाइड हैं, उनकी हर बात मानिए. और वो स्वयं बार बार रोज़ रोज़ कहती हैं ये बात, ये केवल महाराज जी पर फोकस करो.
दीदी, एक बार हम बरसाने की साधना में गए थे, तो उसमें पता नहीं कैसे शुरू हुआ. उसमें बता रहे थे जब महाराज जी जागते हैं तो तीनों दीदियाँ जगाने जाती हैं.
कहाँ?
महाराज जी को सुबह.
हाँ.
तो हाँ, हम जब भी रूप ध्यान करते हैं ऐसा ही करते हैं महाराज जी को जगाने का. तो इसलिए हम दीदी को साथ ले जाते हैं कि हम जैसे पापी.
देखिए, हमने आपको सिद्धांत की बात बताई, आगे आपकी इच्छा, जैसा चाहें, आपको जैसा भाव बने आप करिए. हमने तो सिद्धांत बताया आपको.
Didi ji, in a lecture by Maharaji, he said something about if you realize that you're the soul and not the body, your devotional path is complete or something like that. What does that mean in like layman's terms?
You are the soul, you are not the body?
Yeah, like.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we think we are the body, means we are concerned all the time about the happiness, about the satisfaction of our senses, our body. If you are coming here and not comfortable, then you think, no, I can't go in that satsang. I was very uncomfortable there. You didn't mind that. What did you get over there? You were doing satsang all the time. So your mind was getting purified every moment. You don't mind that because you don't even know. You don't feel like I am Atma. The happiness of body is nothing for me. The Gyanis are called Gyanis, knowledgeable people, just because they come to know that I am not the body, I am Atma. So what happens when you are not concerned about the body, then you will not be concerned about the happiness of the body. Then you will not make any desire automatically, because you know, even if I satisfy my body all the time, I'm not going to get happiness. You saw good food, you ate it, and you feel that I'm very happy. I had very good food today. Yeah, how long were you happy? When you were eating that food, you were happy. You said it is very tasty. Can you have the same taste of the same thing after you finish eating? You can't. It was so temporary. We want permanent happiness. Everyone wants to be happy for all the time. All the time. We want to be happy for all the time. And we also want to attain that happiness, which is biggest kind of happiness. We also want to attain that happiness which never ceases. It's for eternity. So that kind of happiness is the happiness which Atma wants. Atma belongs to Paramatma. Atma ki Atma, ye Atma hai. Jaise, we have an Atma, and this is the body of Atma. It is not Atma. It is the body of Atma. In the same way, God is Paramatma and our Atma is the body of Paramatma. So, like this Atma would be happy only when it will attain the happiness of self. The happiness of body cannot make it happy. In the same way, the Atma will be happy only when we will attain the happiness of Paramatma. So we should think that we should not be concerned too much about the comforts of the body, the happiness of the body, because this is the reason why our mind is very much engaged in this material world. Because when you think that I am the body and the gratification of the body is my happiness, then there is no limit of your desires. If you know that I am not the body, I am soul, but I need a roof to live, I need a house. So if you are living in a small apartment of 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, you are satisfied. Because I have to live, that's why I want home. I have 3 pairs of clothes, that is enough. I have enough money to eat both the times, that is enough. Because even if I give too much food and variety of food to this body, I will not be happy. If you have this kind of knowledge, then you will not be concerned about those, then you have lots of time. But we don't have time. Everyone says that we are very busy. We don't have time for satsang. We don't have time to go in the retreat. Why? I'm very busy. Everyone is busy. Why? There's no limit of your desires. Because any fulfillment of any desire cannot satisfy you. It satisfied body only for a little time. It cannot satisfy you. So you are always unsatisfied. No matter how much money, how much wealth you have, you are always dissatisfied. That's why there is no limit of our desire. When we don't get satisfied with one thing, we try to attain something else. Again we get that other thing, still we are not happy, we try to get something else, something more. All the time we are doing that. But if we understand that we are not the body, and our happiness will be attained only when we attain our Atma, God, then your desires will be very, very limited. Only you will care for the necessities only. Then you will have enough time. This is what Shri Maharaj wants to say, that don't be concerned about, if you think that I am body, then you think he is my brother. He is not my brother. He is my home. They say that is not my home. And then you think that I am Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi. Then you think, oh, I am Canadian, I am American, I am Indian. There is no limit. So we have to think that I belong to Sri Krishna only. I am Atma, I am soul, and I belong to Sri Krishna only. My ultimate goal of my life is only to realize Sri Krishna. He alone is my relative. He alone is my friend. He alone is my wealth. He alone is my knowledge. I have to be confined only to Sri Krishna. हो गया? बोलिए अलबेली सरकार की जय।